Monster in My Pocket for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Monster in My Pocket was a toy line that was launched in 1990, and the company that launched it, it were these miniature collectible monsters, and I think there ended up being over 200 of them, around 200 when it ended. Anyway, they wanted to make it into a whole kind of franchise thing, so they had board games, comics, obviously toys, and video games as well. Start up here, you get to choose whether you want to be vampire or the monster. Obviously, they couldn't use Dracula or Frankenstein's monster. And the storyline here is you're just chilling watching your Konami television that I didn't know they made. And the major bad guy comes on and tells you he sent out his henchmen while you were busy watching TV. There's some great dialogue coming up here. Come on, Warlock. We will beat you. Yeah. I mean, that's just a masterpiece. Shakespeare couldn't have written any better. So, this game is your basic 2D side-scrolling platformer. It's not going to be anything that maybe you haven't seen before, but it's not generic enough to where it's not fun. I think the best parts are how creative they got with the backgrounds, because if you remember, these things are supposed to be miniature. So you can jump up on stereos. There's a key here that's as bigger than the guy. You can throw that, have it hurt other enemies. And one of the cool things in this game is just the variety of enemies, because you're not fighting the same people over and over again. As I mentioned before, there was a lot of these characters, so they had a lot to choose from. You can see here you're jumping up on a bed, there's the pillow, windowsill. And that's probably my favorite part of this game, and what sets it apart from other games kind of like it, is that, yeah, you're doing the same kind of thing, but the backgrounds are cool, and they put, for the Nintendo and an 8-bit game, there's a lot of attention to detail. Like here you can see the cracks in the wall in the background and the dents going down the stairs. At the end of each level, you fight a boss. This next stage is the kitchen, and it's pretty unique too. It gets more creative with the backgrounds. You're jumping up on chairs, you're getting on the table here, you got some coffee cups, cheese in the background, dudes throwing sugar cubes at you. Then you move on to where you're at the kitchen sink. You got plates, faucet in the background, and you even come up to the stove here in a second, the oven. You got to watch out for the fire on the eye there. At the end of this level, you fight a frozen monster who is in the freezer, complete with peas and carrots in the background. Next, you're outside. Again, creative they got with the golf balls chasing you down the street, fire hydrants in the background. You end up going down in the sewer, riding across on whatever this thing is and avoiding fish. The end boss on this one, I don't know what it is. It's this huge thing with tentacles, but maybe it's normal size since you're tiny. Next, they got you jumping up on a chain link fence to go up top. And again, it really is just really creative in the backgrounds and the level design. It's very basic, but again, the level design I think sets it apart, and it's fun. And it's good enough to where it's not so monotonous that I didn't have fun playing it, or I didn't feel like when I died and had to continue that I wasn't getting better at the stages. So, Monster in My Pocket was a cool thing back in the day. I remember I had some of them. Were super collectible. You can find them on eBay where people have whole collections and all that now. But as far as the game, it's a fun little pickup. It's not complicated enough where anybody can't just pick it up. So, I say give it a shot.